What's going on, guys? JSkeleton here with Random Guys. Today coming at you some more Nintendo Switch news for you guys, my friends. This one's going to be coming directly from the mouth of Reggie Fils-Aime of Nintendo of America, and it has to do with the supply and demand, the stock of the Nintendo Switch, and things like that. So, what he was asked in an interview was, what do you foresee in terms of the number of Nintendo Switch consoles that you'll be able to release in 2017? Reggie replied with, what we've said publicly is that there will be 2 million units that will be shipped worldwide for the launch, essentially through month 1. So my friends, that means in March, there will be about 2 million units worldwide. But then he goes on to say, I know because I read the boards and I read the comments that there is concern about supply. From what I've read, the concern seems to stem from the lack of ability to buy NES Classic. So what I would say is this: 2 million for essentially the first month is a huge number, especially when you look and see that this is not peak seasonality. What he means by that is normally peak seasonality is Christmas time, October, November, December, that kind of area. This is right after December, right after Christmas pretty much. So he goes on to say, this is essentially the first 3 weeks of March. Our focus is making sure that the consumer who wants to buy a Nintendo Switch can buy a Nintendo Switch. That's how we build our supply chain. That's how we think through the amount of product that's available. What happened with NES Classic is that was a situation where the global demand was well in excess of anything we had anticipated, and that's what created shortages. The good news, at least for consumers in the Americas, is we're going to continue to make the NES Classic available with the ongoing level of supply. The ongoing demand is going to be met. We know the concern. So Reggie's saying that they hear the concern, they read the boards, they read the forums, they Reddit, wherever else. They know the concern, and they are doing their best to supply the demand. Of course, they're only producing 2 million units in the first month, but from what it sounds like, again, this is just my observation, from what it sounds like, is that there may be many more units shipped, late March, early April, again, after the first month, so most likely early April. So if you do not get one at launch, you might have to wait an extra month or so. That's what it sounds like to me anyways. And hopefully you'll be able to snag your own. So he also goes on to say about some other things. What does the launch of the Switch mean for the 3DS? In short, Reggie says the 3DS has a long life in front of it. They've already announced games that will be launching in the first couple quarters of this year. There are numbers of big games coming. In their view, the Nintendo 3DS and the Nintendo Switch are going to live side by side. You're going to meet different price points. You're going to be meeting different types of consumers. You're going to have the newest, freshest content available on Nintendo Switch. You've already have a 1,000 game library on the Nintendo 3DS, plus some key new ones coming. So they're going to coexist just fine. He goes on to say, we've done this before, managing 2 different systems. I think there's a sense that Nintendo Switch is a portable device. It is portable, but at heart, it is a home console that you can take with you on the go. So they're planning, from what it sounds, to still support the 3DS, although some of the wording sounds like maybe, maybe it's just a few games coming in the near future. He's not really. He's saying it has a long life in front of it, but at the same time, as far as games go, he wasn't. The language does not seem to imply long term as far as games. So who knows what they have for games? Later, late in the year for the 3DS. But either way, he's saying that both will coexist alongside each other. So that's pretty much this video, my friends. I just wanted to quickly update with you guys with those 2 key different pieces of information. He also goes on to say that regarding other games like Mother 3 and Metroid. Again, he says, we hear all of the comments. We hear all of the comments, he says. So stay optimistic, my friends. It seems like Nintendo are listening, and hopefully you guys can get your hands on the Nintendo Switch as soon as you can, if you were not fortunate enough to snag a pre-order by now. So let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. Let me know if you guys have pre-ordered the Nintendo Switch already, and let me know what you guys do think of the console, and what you guys think about Reggie's comments. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Make sure you guys subscribe, the comment, share, and all that awesome stuff. And until next time, game on.